That is cool.
In 1897, a farm boy investigating the disappearance of water into a sinkhole in a nearby field discovered this system of subterranean passageways. Digging down a few feet, he found an opening to a cave that had begun forming perhaps several thousand years earlier during the Ice Age in soluble limestone bedrock that was approximately 400 million years ago. Groundwater dripping down from the cavern's ceiling continues to form stalactites, stalagmites, and mineral coatings on the cavern's walls, floor, and ceiling. A portion of Ohio Caverns near the discovery site was opened to the public in 1897, but that section closed in 1925 when a more extensive and geologically interesting part of the cave was discovered. Ohio Caverns is the largest known cave system in the state and is widely considered to be the most beautiful of all Ohio caves. The tunnel system known today as the Ohio Caverns was discovered August 17, 1897 by Robert Knopfsinger, a farmhand who worked on the land. A sinkhole had been forming on land owned by Abraham William Reams over a period of about 10 years. In August 1897, this sinkhole measured 50 feet across by 10 feet deep. One particular night, the sinkhole was filled completely with water during a hard rain. By morning, the water was completely gone. Reams reported to the local newspaper that he lost several hundred barrels of water. Reams had recently hired Robert Knopfsinger, a young man from Virginia, to work on his farm. By Reams' orders, Knopfsinger and Jordan Reams began to dig in the sinkhole. Knopfsinger dug a few feet of soil until he hit the top of the ground's limestone layer. After finding a crack in the limestone, Knopfsinger broke through this rock as well, immediately filling to the cavern's 54 degrees Fahrenheit or 12 degrees Celsius air. Knopfsinger was even more curious. He lowered himself into the caverns and became the first living creature inside the Ohio Cavern system. After crawling 8 feet into the caverns, Knopfsinger called back out to Jordan Reams to fetch him an oil lantern.
Fast because they grow by having the water flow through the center as opposed to on the outside like the rest of the crystals.
So they're hollow. That's why
Yes.
they're strong.
So they are hollow, but that also means that they are incredibly fragile. So even as the slightest gust of wind or even their own weight can cause them to fall. That's why as you look around, you'll probably see some fallen ones on the ground. That's not because anyone touched them, that's just because they fell under their own weight. Our other formation though is a lot less common, and that is when those soda straws get clogged up. They kind of build up pressure until they crack somewhere, and then they start
This is cool, all the rust.
The big room is the largest room in the cave and holds hundreds of formations, including the tallest column in the cave, which is almost 5 feet tall, and the newest column, which came together in the 1980s.
So it's right here for about 32.5 centimeters.
Whoa, that's
And if you don't like soda straws, we have our soda straw grape jar right here. This occurred because a few years ago, we had a bat migrating in there.
Yeah, see, I was telling you about that. The white nose boys. They didn't have that out in the
They are little brown bats. They're about the size of like.
Wow, so those things are
Yeah.
Much later.
I don't know why they sell long-sleeve t-shirts.
So the rest of this tour and the entirety of the natural wonder, as well as our connector path here, all have these spotlights. Now above my head there's a crack in the ceiling. That is about the last names we're going to be seeing on this tour. That's because behind the crack there was a 6-foot wall of mud that was basically impossible to get over.
Natural spring nearby.
Probably. I don't know.
So that's still, because this would have been undisturbed, right?
Mostly.
So stuff like that. Do they ever let people down in there? guess it's still forming inside.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Too high. This is about 15 to 17,000 years old. Now, as you come through here, I recommend you look up in the cracks in the ceiling. There are some really. I was thinking on this stuff, on that stuff. Alright, now when you guys get about where I am, I recommend you turn around and look up in the crack. There are a ton of formations in there. Now behind me, if you're a little on the taller side, you might want to watch your head. There is a fairly pointy crystal hanging in the path. Just a little retention pool down there, about 3 feet of water. Limestone is an excellent natural filter. All that ink on the upstairs water. Oh no, just a couple of rivers. Wow. So if you want to, have a big kiss. It's great. It is. So when you guys get about where I am, there's going to be a funky rock right here. It doesn't look that low, but it really is. So please watch your heads.